Episode 3 of The Gold Season 2 kicks off with tension and secrets mounting as the authorities inch closer to cracking the case, while the criminals make riskier moves to stay ahead. Jennings is seen nervously waiting by a phone box, a sign that something serious is brewing. Meanwhile, Charlie Miller leaves his house unaware that Lundy is watching every step. McLean gives Boyce some secret letters, just in case things go wrong. If they get caught tapping phones, someone will need to resign, and she makes it clear that will have to be Boyce. Boyce gives permission for Jennings and Lundy to move forward. Brightwell is tailing Douglas and warns Jennings she doesn't have much time. Still, she hurries to tap the phones of both Charlie and Douglas. As Lundy finishes installing the tap at Charlie's place, he almost gets caught but escapes just in time. Brightwell cleverly stops Douglas by pretending to ask for directions, giving Jennings a chance to sneak out. In Tenerife, John continues his shady deals. He delivers yet another bribe. But this time, the man he's bribing says John needs to pay double because he's attracting too much attention. The man reminds John that if he stops paying, the police and the banks will come knocking. John says he's already paying all of them, but the man makes it clear he's the one controlling who turns a blind eye. John meets Ivan and hands him laundered money. Ivan gives him more cash to clean and asks if John has any friends. John says no, and Ivan admits he doesn't either. John takes the money to Enrique, but Enrique warns him that hiding this much dirty money is risky unless there's more clean money to balance things out. Elsewhere, Boyce meets Shirley, who hands over John's financial records. She warns that John is a lot more dangerous and smarter than people think. Meanwhile, John flies to France to visit a woman he got pregnant. She offers him food and sex. He refuses both, but hands her an envelope of cash. She tells him she's not one of his envelopes and that she's not okay. Back in England, Marnie is angry when John gets home too late to see his daughters before bedtime. Over on the Isle of Man, Brightwell is feeling nervous after being seen by Douglas, but Jennings reassures him that Douglas won't see him again until he's in handcuffs. At Charlie's home, Lundy listens in on a call from Scott, the American, who casually mentions that he's taking care of something while his men are seen throwing bodies off a boat. Charlie senses something is wrong. His lamp and phone box look tampered with. He tells Douglas to meet him at a nearby pub and then drives off. Before leaving, he checks out the parked cars, but Lundy hides well enough not to be spotted. Back in Tenerife, John wants to buy public land, not to build on it, but just to say he is building something. The illusion helps his business. Boyce brings in a VAT fraud specialist to study John's finances. She quickly identifies that the records Shirley handed over aren't real. They lack any sign of debt, which means hidden accounts and more money elsewhere. At El Dorado, John sells timeshares to tourists by making empty promises. Shirley, suspicious of him, demands more details about the accounts. John dodges her questions and warns her not to ask again. Meanwhile, Logan receives school plans from Kadeen. Scott shows up to drop off more dirty money. Kadeen sees this and becomes concerned. John drops $10 million to Enrique for cleaning, but Enrique says he needs more time and proper paperwork. John says no. Logan tells Scott to calm down about the danger, saying the ocean hides secrets. Sure enough, a body floats to the surface, a direct consequence of Scott's actions. Back in Tortola, DEA agent Gabriella storms into the governor's office. 2 drug dealer bodies were found and they were last seen with Scott, who is currently on the island. She wants him arrested immediately. Kadeen tries to see the file but is told not to worry. John visits the pregnant woman again. She tells him to come with a real plan next time. On the jet back, he uses cocaine and returns to his family. Marnie doesn't trust him and says she feels unsafe when he's around, not when he's gone. Scott's presence on the island is escalating. The governor confronts Logan about helping Scott escape. He tells her he's marrying Kadeen to gain Tortolian citizenship and protection from extradition. She warns him she can change the laws to make his work illegal. He responds that the island needs his dirty money because they don't have clean money. Jaron helps John to a meeting with Ivan, but something's off. Jaron says he's taking over the business because John's slipping. But John was faking. He never took the cocaine Jaron gave him. A Russian henchman knocks Jaron out. Ivan makes it clear, John is still in charge. Meanwhile, Douglas meets Sarah, a woman from his past. He wants closure about their relationship. She admits she left him for Logan, but it didn't work out. She warns him not to look to her for answers. At Heathrow Airport, Douglas meets a panicked Scott who says they must fly to Spain. Scott admits he's killed 2 people and threatens Douglas to keep quiet. While Douglas hides in a bathroom to call Charlie, Lundy hears everything, solid evidence against both of them. Charlie hears the warning and starts packing to run. When Douglas exits the bathroom, he sees Brightwell and panics. Scott also realizes something's wrong and bolts. But Jennings and Brightwell chase them both. Boyce gives the order, they're arrested at the airport. Lundy wants to arrest Charlie too, but Boyce says he doesn't have jurisdiction in Spain. Still, Lundy suspects Charlie knows he's being watched. Charlie confirms this by circling back to Lundy and warning, "I'll see you again." In the final scene, John gets a call from Kenneth Noy. He says he needs help, hinting that even more chaos is about to unfold.